Welcome to week 7. This week we'll study technology and media as part of strategic communication. It's a very fun week for me, and I'll tell you why. We get to delve into this notion of social media. Now, some of you may remember back when we called it new media. It's not really new anymore. It's been around long enough that it's permeated throughout our society, not just the US, but around the world. When you read Percy and Eliot, you'll find that they note that social media were not created as advertising vehicles, but as personal media. Now this is important, and I'll share an example. When I worked with Navy Recruiting Command, we were just starting to delve into social media. And we had to wrestle with this notion of how could we use things like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and other social media. We wanted to use them in a way to help recruiters, but not overwhelm a potential recruit. So you know yourself, whether your preferred social media is Facebook or Twitter, if some organization inserts themselves into your conversation, you feel like your privacy may have been invaded, or I didn't really ask for that. So you got to be careful. And what we decided is that rather than using social media as a straight mission-focused recruiting tool, we'll use it as a conversation starter. We'll use it, and after we start that conversation, we'll use it to continue that dialogue in order to answer questions that people may have about the Navy, and more specifically about different jobs in the Navy. So that's how it worked for us. It continues to this day to serve as a good conversation starter, as well as to continue that conversation. Now, when you read Kaplan and Heinlein, you'll have some information that was provided, and this is as of 2010. I want to provide an update on that. The article was written in 2010. Their data comes from January of 2009, and they note that online social networking, especially Facebook, registered more than 175 million active users. So in other words, according to them, in 2009, there were 175 million active users on Facebook. It sounds impressive until you realize that as of now, and I looked this up for you yesterday, 1.39 billion active users as of December 31st, 2014 on Facebook. Now, when I taught social media for Navy leaders, I used to use the number of 1 billion. We had approached the 1 billion point for Facebook. And I noted that if Facebook were a nation with 1 billion users, it would be the third largest country in the world, right behind China and India. Well, as of the end of 2014, Facebook nation is now larger than China, which has 1.37 billion, and larger than India, which has 1.27 billion. So as of now, if Facebook were a nation, it would be the largest nation on Earth, with 1.39 billion monthly active users. So some updated information there. According to Forrester research, you'll note in your reading that 75% of internet surfers used social media in 2008. I wanted to update that for you as well. The updated numbers from Forrester in 2015, social networking sites reached more than 82% of the online population. And what's more, we've gone from the desktop, laptop to mobile. And here's what's key according to Forrester. 91% of mobile internet access is about socializing. 91%. So those are some updated numbers I thought you might be interested in. You can find other numbers as well to kind of see where we are here in 2015. And more importantly, what do those numbers mean for you in terms of advice for strategic communication? One more quote from Kaplan and Heinlein. It's crucial for firms to have a set of guidelines that can be applied to any form of social media. The idea here is that we don't want to develop policy for Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or Pinterest or any specific type of social media, because if you do, you're kind of missing the point. And those things may go away. Does anyone remember MySpace? So imagine your organization wrote a policy specifically for MySpace. Unless you're in the music industry, which is where MySpace is now, probably not going to be applicable. So when you draft or revise your social media policy within your organization, do so in a generic way. And remember, social media is still communication. The standards of good communication still apply. Well, listen, that's it for now. As always, stay ahead with your assignments, stay engaged in the discussion, and enjoy this time